everyone. In our previous video, we created the front end of the background remover app. In this video, we will get to the functionality of the app, that is the backend of the app. So let's start by opening our project inside a code editor. I am using PyCharm. You can use VS Code as well. So let's start. To add any code, we need to open the main.py file of that specific page, which is located inside the controllers folder, and then inside this roots folder. Let's open this main.py file. We can see that there are three functions which are pre-written. Let me briefly explain what are these three functions used for and how to best use them to write backend using a tree framework. So the init state function is called during building the website. So basically the changes or things you want to reflect every time the website is rebuilt should be added under this function. Now comes the handle page request function. Any changes or function you want to be called whenever user loads the page in their browser should be added under this function. Let's say there is some data in the chart or the image you want to reset whenever the website reloads, will come under this section. Now last is the handle event function, which is called most frequently. This is called every time any actions happen on the website. That is, for every click, every file uploaded, any changes in the front end triggers this function. We just need to write appropriate code to catch the action and write specific actions regarding what should be done at each action. So now the functions are explained. Let's jump to use this function to create the backend of our background remover app. First, let's start the A3 engine. The engine is now ready. Let's publish this version. We can see that both these Flexbox are being published right now, but we only need one of them. So what we need to do is we need to display only one of these Flexbox at a time. Let's get the name of these Flexbox so that we can change the properties in the backend. So for the background Flexbox, the name is Flex13. What we need to do is, in the init state function, we need to set the display property of this flex as none. We can see now only one of those Flexbox is being published. Now what we need to do is we need to create some differentiation between these two texts so we can know that which Flexbox is being displayed. We can do that by changing the color of these text accordingly. Let's do that. The name of this text box containing background text is textbox3. Let's edit its properties. We can see the background text color is now light, which shows the image upload panel is currently active. Now we need to create some mechanism so that when we click on this background text, the background upload panel is displayed and the image upload panel is not displayed. To do that, we need to write some code inside this handle event function. Firstly, we need to catch whenever the background text is being clicked. On this click, we need to display the background upload panel and remove the image upload panel. We saw that on clicking on this background text, the panel switched. Now we need to create the same mechanism for the image upload panel. Let's see the name of the text box. It's text box 2. We can see on clicking on these two text, the panel is switching. For user feedback, we also need to switch these colors. Let's do that. We can see this functionality now works properly. Now let's add some functionality. So starting with, whenever we click on one of these example images, the example image should be displayed in this display window as well as in this result window. Let's do that. So we need to take the image source from this image, which is image 19, and put this image inside image 20 and image 1. Let's do that. We can see that on clicking on this image, the image was displayed in this display window and the result window. Let's replicate this functionality for the other three example images. The names are image 18, 16 and 17. We can see that on clicking on any of these four example images, the image is being displayed in this display window and the result window. Now, let's add the same functionality for the images which will be uploaded using this image upload button. The name of this image upload button is upload 4. We need to create two checks for the uploaded images. First, if the upload button is changed. The second, if any files were uploaded during this change. Now, we'll put the file uploaded in a variable called file. We'll use only the file uploaded at the first index. Now, let's read the bytes of this file. Now, let's change the src of these two images. To pre-process these uploaded images, we'll take help of our helper library, attributils. From the attributils, we'll use the function createMediaResponse, which takes the image as an input and returns the image data in the format expected by the Atri framework. We'll also have to provide the MIME type of this image. We'll also replicate this for image 20. We can see that the uploaded image is displayed in this display window as well as this result window. Now, let's add the same functionality for the background image upload panel. For the background image upload panel, we do not need to display the images in the result window directly. We only need to display the images inside this display window. So what we need to do is, we need to display image 7, 8, 9 and 10 inside image 6 whenever any of them is clicked. So let's do that. Let's go to the background panel and see if it works. We can see it works. Let's replicate this for the other three images. We can see that the functionality now works for all four of these example images. Now, let's replicate the process for the upload image button as well, as we did in the image upload panel. The name of the upload button is upload to here. Let's do that. Let's check if it works. We can see that the uploaded image now displays inside the display window. Now, for changing the background, we need to create a function that takes the background image as input and replaces the foreground image's background with the new background provided. Let's create that. We will name the function create new background. we will take two parameters, one the array instance and the second one the background image. We will create a certain check that the foreground image has been uploaded. This is the SRC of the placeholder image that we have given to the result window. So if it is not equal to this, we are sure that a foreground image has been uploaded. Now the input image, that is the foreground image, is we can read the foreground image from our assets folder. We know all the assets that we upload stay in the assets folder, and from this SRC example we can clearly see that the name of the image is separated by the last slash. Let's use this logic to read the image that we have uploaded. Let's also resize this image to 600, 600 pixels. Now for the background image can be provided in two ways. If it is the example image, it will be provided with its SRC. If it is an uploaded image, we'll provide the bytes. So let's make the two cases. For string, we can directly read the image from the assets folder. Let's also resize this. For bytes, we'll need to use the attributils library again. We'll use the parse uploaded file function, which basically converts any image file to a numpy array. We'll resize it also. Now we need to use the change background function from the attributils to change the background of our foreground image and replace it with the background image that we have provided. This return as numpy array flag makes sure that the image returned is a numpy array. Now we can set the display images SRC to the image returned here. We'll need to use the create media response function again. The MIME type here would be images/JPEG. The function is now complete. Let's call this function in one of our background changing positions and see if it works correctly. Let's see if it works. We'll provide the foreground image. We'll provide this background image. We can see the function worked correctly. To replicate this for the other three example images as well as the upload images. Let's do that. We can see that it now works for all the images. Let's check for the uploaded images. We can see that it works for that as well.
Guys for watching this video. We now conclude the series of this custom background app.